Hey everybody, how's it going? Agrippa Maxenis here, back with yet another video on the game The Few. And this time I decided to go ahead and just start a campaign in this game. I know I haven't really done that with games like Gettysburg and Close Combat, mainly because, well, Close Combat doesn't have a campaign. And with Gettysburg, I really noticed you guys just enjoy the battles and things of that nature. So with this, I really want to go ahead and start the British campaign. As you guys can see, I bought 2 airfields. Now, what we desperately need are AA guns. Right now, our only actual air squadron is called the 303rd. They are a Polish division, and we're going to go ahead and, as you can see, we've already got quite a lot of German planes incoming, and we're going to try to cut them off here, but we really do need to get another squadron up and coming really soon, because if they start bombing our air bases in this game, the game gets extremely hard. It really does. I'm going to go ahead and try to cut him off at the pass here, because I'm guessing that he's going to try to... Okay, so here we go, guys. We're going to intercept these 3 enemy planes. These shouldn't be too much of a challenge, and as you can see, none of our guys are actually even leveled up yet. So there's a lot of work to do still. Let's see. So usually I don't fly in formation. I try to get the planes out of formation and ask them to take their own path. But in this case, since we're going after pure bombers, Junkers, I believe, we're just going to basically fly normally like this, in formation, and basically assign all planes to follow the lead plane in attacking this particular one. We can take a closer look over here at these guys. Look at these bombers. I believe they are Junkers, Messerschmitts, something in that nature. Yes, they are Oh, no, sorry, Stukas. Keep Me-109s or Messerschmitts. Anyway, here we go, guys. We're coming in for the attack. The Polish Air Squadron, 3 Polish Air Squadron is going there. Look at that. Wow. So these guys are definitely really good at turning, really adept at turning. And as you can see, there we go. I'm going to pause right there quickly. As you can see, that actually went pretty well, but it could have been pretty nasty. I think it would have definitely been smarter for me to go ahead and individually attack these planes instead of flying in formation. But we're able to get 2 of them, and there they go, flying down to the English countryside, never to be heard from again. Unless, of course, they end up in a prison camp, but I think they probably all died. We're going to go ahead and go back. Hopefully we'll get a level up here with one of our guys, but that really wasn't much of a fight. It was pretty easy, so I don't think it really even matters. We'll go ahead and go back to the map, and I don't know if you guys saw, there was another group over here of Germans. They seem to have pulled back or retreated, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Another thing is, this is where we're building our other Air Force squadron, and it's also a Polish division called the 302nd, and we just bought 2 Spitfires for this division, so we're going to go ahead and outfit them. And when these guys finish training, we will have 2 fully outfitted divisions. And one thing I noticed in this game is the nationality is totally random. So you could be Czech, you could be English, Canadian, or Polish, and it's totally random, the squadron, etc. So that's kind of cool. And here we go. I found these lone JG3s? I don't know what kind of plane this is. Alright, we'll go ahead and intercept them. And there's just one of them, so probably nothing to worry about. And eventually what we're going to have to do is refuel our planes, because they can't just keep flying around in the middle of nowhere like this, you know, without any fuel. But we'll send them out for another little foray into the channel, just to make sure we don't have any more German friends. And in this case, of course, I'm going to attack in formation. In fact, I'll go ahead and speed up the game for you guys, because this really isn't very exciting. There's this one guy, unless he happens to hit one of our guys. And yeah, he didn't. We're going to go ahead and go back to map. It's the quickest dogfight ever. Let's take a look here. Okay, awesome. Nope, no levels up yet. We really do need to get into a bigger fight, I think, to get a level up. We'll go ahead and go back. Now, okay, this guy's still alright, so we'll go ahead and have him go around a little bit more. And another thing we need to do really badly, we need to get an AA gun. This game without AA guns is seriously, seriously difficult. It's going to get more and more difficult anyway, but as you guys can see, I did the production of the AA gun. Probably going to put it somewhere over here in southeast England, obviously because that's where the Germans are attacking for the most part. Every now and again, they try to get sneaky and they try to go around to the west, but I don't see it very often, especially not in the first few days. So right now, we just need to remain calm and just really do our best at fighting these guys. I think it's about time, sooner or later here, when we make this left turn, we're going to go ahead and send the 303 back home to base, and you guys can see kind of how that works. They still have about half of a tank of fuel left, but there's no real reason to go crazy at this point in the game. It's really just try to play it safe, get your guys the fuel they need, etc. Alright guys, so we got our anti-aircraft battery ready. We're going to go ahead and place this, and I think the best place to put it is somewhere like here. Maybe even here? Yeah, I'm confused. Maybe there. So indecisive. I'm actually let's put it right here, and that way it'll kind of be protecting, sort of be protecting both airfields. The more we can get of these, obviously, the better. It's really going to help us out. And obviously, these guys are refueling. As you could see, these little red dots are going to turn to yellow, and then green, and then blue. And that means that particular plane has been refueled. Let's go ahead and see how the training's going in the 302. So these guys are almost ready to go. They're almost ready to take off into the... I was going to say into the night sky, but it's not nighttime. Take off into the morning sky and really deal some damage to the enemy. And I'm actually not even sure if it's PM or AM. Not sure if the game even specifies. I think you're just supposed to guess by the sort of the way it looks. Because if, once it gets night, it sort of gets... Things start to become a little darker, etc. So that's interesting. Alright, there we go, guys. So we'll scramble these fighters up and start our first scramble with the 302. These guys haven't seen combat yet. They haven't seen flight. And look at that. We've already got some friends coming in. Not good. Oh, and they're going straight for that airfield. I'm going to go scramble these guys too. I really hope they can get up in time. Because the last thing we need right now is a damaged airfield and dead pilots because of it. So hopefully these guys could scramble in time. And indeed, it looks like they have. We're going to go ahead and intercept with the 303. These are the experienced guys, I believe. And we're going to go ahead and get into a fight immediately. So 3 of them, guys. This time we're going to do things a bit differently. I'm going to go ahead and take one of these squadrons and go around, sort of just this way. And eventually I'll try to flank them. This squadron I'm going to send down this way, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to split up this squadron and assign individual attackers. So we'll have this guy on the right and this guy on the left attack each of these 2 on either side. And I'll also have my back guy go straight for the front gunner over here. The same for my lead gunner. I'm going to have him go straight for their pilot, their front pilot, I should say. And actually, I am going to break off one of these fighters, and we'll go ahead and engage the left bomber over here. Let's go ahead and get started, see how that works. So this is dangerous, because you have to understand that these bombers, despite being pretty slow and heavy, they've got pretty powerful machine guns on the front of them, and on the back, so especially on the front. So we're going into a lot of machine gun fire here, I believe. They are going to try to turn, which is good. Oh, yes, and there we go, that's their back gun. I'm sure you guys see that. Come on. Ooh, alright, well... Wow, that fight is still going. They can't seem to catch these guys. We finally got another one down. This one's a bit of a pain in the ass. Now, he's not. I don't think he's going to get any of us, but he's really trying to run away and escape from the fire. There we go. He's going down into the cornfields down there. Pretty cool. All right, we're going to go ahead and go back to map, guys. We were able to save that airfield, and that was a huge sigh of relief because this game is tough, really tough when you lose an airfield. You have to repair it. You've got to... Basically, most of the troops end up dying, for the most part. Not always, but that's what's happened in my game. So you really have to be careful here. And right now, we're just kind of letting the economy sort of build up. And the only way the economy builds up is when you do well on missions. So you need to make the people happy for them to actually support you in war, and for them to give you more and more money in the game. So we really want to get that money because we want to build another airfield. Yes, another one. 2 squadrons definitely isn't enough to protect the entire English island. The entire British Isles, I should say. So we're going to go ahead and really try to get another airfield going. In fact, what we could do, although it's a bit risky, is we could go ahead and just start a squadron and make sure that we always have one of these up in the air. Because what happens is when you start a new squadron and they're based here, another squadron cannot land. But we're going to go ahead and try it, so we're going to go ahead and get our second squadron up, the 401st. These guys are Canadians. That's pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and get our pilots set up, and I'm going to go here and start building some planes for these guys to start training. I want them to mostly have Spitfires, despite the fact they're more expensive, just because they're the best plane right now, and really, we're trying for the best. We really are trying for the best. Spitfire is finished at Worcestershire. Worcestershire. That's why Ouchmaker said Worcestershire. I understand now. Okay. Well, yeah, so I hope I'm saying it correctly. For my English viewers, of which I'm not even sure I have any, let me know if that's how you say Worcestershire. Worcester, perhaps. Anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look here at this guy. Alright, so what we're going to do is... Basically, when this guy starts running out of fuel, we'll go ahead and start pulling out with this guy. In fact, we'll go ahead and do it right now, and he'll start on his sort of sentry run, looking around for enemy planes. And this guy can go ahead and rest at base, which is going to help a lot. And we'll go ahead and go this way, make it a little more complex for the enemy. I'm just going to keep making the flight path right over near the French coast here, because that's where most of the German planes come from. Every now and again they surprise you, but it's not every day that happens. Alright, let's go ahead and maybe another Spitfire, and maybe we'll do one Hurricane, why not? There's always a runt of the litter, maybe a pilot that's not so good, not as deserving of a plane. Come on. Spitfire's finished its Worcester. Still nothing. Alright, so still no enemy attacks. We'll go ahead and actually speed the game up. Oh! I almost let the enemy run right over me. In fact, if they get away, I'm never going to forgive myself. I really will never forgive myself. We're going after this. Come on. So we're going after the STG. And here we go, guys. This is our Polish Air Force, 3 planes. And this time I'll go ahead and show you guys how the auto-resolve works. We're going to go ahead and we may take a loss here. And yes, we did. We took a loss of Miroslav Bushmiski. He did get killed. But I wanted to show you how the auto-resolve really works in this game. And that's basically it. You know, you screw up like I did there and you lose a pilot, it's much better to actually fight the battles, and you also get more experience if you actually fight the battles yourself. So right now we do have a pilot that's pretty badly damaged. Wouldn't be a bad idea to get him back to base and to start replacing these pilots, but we have a problem, and can you guys guess what that problem is? Now that this squadron only has 1 guy in it, okay, if we start training somebody and we have a squadron in the air, we have nowhere to land. So we need to first wait for this class to end before we even add another pilot to the squadron. We'll go ahead and send him back, and eventually we'll get this guy back in the air, the 302. But the 303 is going to have to relax for a while and just not really do much until we get that next pilot in. It's always nice to have a full squadron as opposed to just half of one. Let's go ahead and give these Canadians their planes. It's been a while, and they haven't even begun training. We'll give this guy a Hurricane. I don't like the look of him. What can I say? It's just so cruel. Okay, let's go here. Let's build 1 Spitfire, and that way we can at least get our Canadians training, which is going to help us big time. Let's go ahead and... Yes. Alright, so same path right here for the patrol. And this guy's going to go to base. So as you can see, adding another pilot would mean we have to train him, which would mean that we can't land other planes, and it's just not something we can do right now. We're going to have to wait a little bit. For now, the 303 is going to have to be 1 pilot less. It's going to be pilotless. Get it? Okay, so we're going to go take a look here, and 31K. What do we do? We're really just going to wait for the 120K to get that next airfield. I don't even feel comfortable with having just 1 AA gun, actually. That's kind of disturbing to me, too. But we'll have to deal with that, and really just wait for these guys to train. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play so far. Definitely want to continue this, and if you enjoy it, make sure to comment down below, and I will try to get another episode to you as quickly as possible. Thank you so much, guys. Take care, and have an awesome day.